The United Nations says it's concerned about the dire humanitarian and food security situation in northern Mozambique. It's been brought about by the escalating violence and the displacement of more than 500,000 people from the province of Cabo Delgado, just south of Tanzania. Now, joining us now at this hour is Valentin Tapsoba from the UN High Commission for Refugees. Mr. Tapsoba, good morning and thank you very much. How dire is the situation?
Thank you so much for having me. I must say that the situation in Cabo Delgado is dire. It is a humanitarian and protection crisis where human rights abuses on civilians occur every day. And thank you also for having me, because the international community cannot let this situation continue. And this is why we are definitely using you to make sure that people would know about it and the international community could be mobilized for the people of Mozambique.
Okay. Now, I understand that regional directors recently concluded a joint mission to assess the plight of those displaced people and their host communities in northern Mozambique, because my understanding over the last few months, tracking the story, is that people have been displaced from their homes, even into neighboring provinces of Nampula and Nyasa. What did that fact-finding mission discover on the ground?
Yes, you are absolutely right. We went there, the regional director from IOM, from WFP, from UNFPA, FAO, and UNDP. We went there for a fact-finding mission. And what we have seen on the ground is that now you have more than 535,000, so more than 500,000 people who have been displaced everywhere, like you are saying, Nyasa province, Pemba, and so forth. And all these people need the international assistance, meaning what? Meaning that they need water, they need sanitation, they need healthcare, they need education. And what we have also seen on the ground, for example, if I take food, people are telling us that they only eat once per day, okay, 1 meal per day. And it is in the afternoon that they can have that meal, and then they have to wait until the next day to get another meal. When you go to education, you see kids, many children just sitting idly, because schools are closed, you don't have enough schools because of the COVID and so forth. And this is also where we were really taken aback. We were very shocked, because if the situation doesn't improve, these kids may become a lost generation. If moving now to, for example, sanitation, we have seen in one host community who was hosting, listen very carefully, was hosting 66 people, displaced people that were in one house. Can you believe if you have 66 people in your house with one latrine, how many people will be able to take a bath and so forth? So, and cholera, this is the rainy season, with no good sanitation, cholera has been breaking out. If I move now to also in the case of shelter, people don't have shelter. They have been, the government has already given them a plot to erect their houses and so forth with bamboos, but they don't have the material. They are really in a poor situation. And then water, for example, UNHCR, we gave them non-food items, meaning what? Mats, buckets, mattresses, and so forth. But one lady came to me telling me, you see, you have given us buckets, but there is no water. Where do I go to fetch water?
Now, Mr. Tapsoba, it's a very bad situation, and there's so many needs. You've listed water, sanitation issues, shelter issues, health issues, compounded, of course, by the COVID-19 pandemic, and the list goes on. So it's really bad. We get the picture. What is the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and your fellow partners in the other agencies actually appealing for now? What do you actually need?
Yes, this is an important and an excellent question. We have launched, when we were there with the government, because the government was taking the lead, we have launched an appeal of $254 million to care for 1 year, January 2021 to December 2021, $254 million to care for 1.1 million people who have been affected and need international assistance.
Okay, just to clarify, sorry, Mr. Tapsoba, we don't have a lot of time. Apologies. You say you are appealing for aid package worth $254 million for just 1 year for 1.1 million people. How confident are you could achieve this in a world that's facing the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, no, you know, there is money. There is money somewhere. But what we need, and definitely giving me the opportunity now to tell you the story, to tell you what we need, you will also be able to help us out. The confidence is solidarity. People, we need to have the solidarity. If the will is there, the solidarity is there, the money will come. Because when you go to Cabo Delgado and you see the people sitting on the ground, not having clean water, not having kids, not going to school and so forth, health care is not there. I am quite sure that the international community will definitely put their hand into their pocket so that we can raise the 100% funding that we need to care for these people so that it doesn't become a disaster, humanitarian disaster.
Thank you very much, Mr. Valentin Tapsoba from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, appealing there, the United Nations agency, for $254 million just for this year of 2021 to help 1.1 million people in northern Mozambique who've been affected by now the 4-year-old conflict that's been going on in the province of Cabo Delgado.